Good morning, friends. Today we will be going ahead and learning the group by statement. It is one of the important statement and the command in SQL. You should focus and learn it today. So let me start it. Let us go ahead and create us a table called as orders, and this table has three columns: order number, status, and order quantity. Let me go ahead and create it for you. You see that I have created this table and this has been created successfully. Let us now insert values in this table and insert 11 orders. I have inserted 11 orders. Okay, so now first we will understand what is group by and where exactly it is used in the business scenarios. So as the name suggests, group by, it is something which is used to group by a column name. For example, in this particular table orders, we have a column named as status. Now, if you want to see what all orders have been shipped, what all orders are in progress, what all orders are disputed. So you can say that shipped, two orders have been shipped, 1 and 2. Order 1 and order 8 has been shipped, right? So what are you doing? You are saying please group by status, group by status shipped, and show me all the orders which have been shipped. So you say group by orders and show me the order number, right? So group by is something like which groups all the rows as per the specified column. So it will group all the rows as per shipped, it will group all the rows as per disputed, it will group all the rows as per in progress when we group by status. And then you can perform some actions or aggregate functions on other fields. So group by is done on status. Now if you want to see in total what quantity has been shipped. Now imagine one thing, your company just produces a single product. Let's assume that product is headphone. So your company just produces a single product and you want to see how many products has already been shipped. So you will see that shipped has been like at two places. So now you will see 12 and 4, which is 16. So 16 products have been shipped by your company as per this table. And let's also assume, for assumption, like this records are only for this month. So obviously there should be a column called as date out here, and it should be like over here, which should be date, something like this date. And like when you are fetching it, you should fetch it using a where clause where date is between this date and this date. But obviously we are not studying about the where clause over here. We have already studied about it. We are studying the group by. So what exactly is group by? Let us do it practically, and I've already stated two examples. For first is like we want to see all the orders which are cancelled, disputed, and are on hold. So how will we get it? So there is a function in MySQL which is group concatenate. So forget about this function for now. So one thing which you need to understand about group by is like when you say that group by status. So we should always, like, this is not mandatory, but we always recommend that we should have this column in over here. So let me go ahead and remove this, and for now let us go ahead and run it. So you see the sum quantity over here, like this does not give me an error, but like we do not know what quantity is for what status. Now let me add this and again run it. Now we see that the shipped quantity is 16, in progress quantity is 30, disputed quantity is 28. What is mandatory over here is, let me go ahead and remove this sum function and clear it and run it. So you see over here that it does not make any sense. Like we have grouped by status, but the order quantity which is picked is the first one. Again, in progress, it is picked the first one. It is not giving an error. You can see over here that shipped is 12, in progress in 10, disputed is 14, but it has not picked up the other 14 value. And again, it has not made. So we do not like This is something like which is just picking up the first values, and this does not make any sense. So the group by function in business scenario is always used by with an aggregate functions. So it is used for things which, like, you want to see all the orders, number of orders which have been shipped. So some all the orders which has status shipped, some all the orders which has status in progress. This is what it means, like status, group by status, group it by status, and for every group please sum the order quantity, right? So now when I go ahead and run it, it will show me shipped 16, in progress 30, disputed 28, and it sums it up. And we always use aggregate functions with group by, otherwise it does not have any practical usage. Now we will come back to the last query, which is the group by concatenate, in which we will, so in the similar way, the sum function, we are concatenating the order number. What it means, that all the orders which are cancelled, group by status, right, which are cancelled, please concatenate the group number. Let me run it. So you see that the cancelled order are 4, 6 and 10. Cancelled order are 10, 6 and 4. Disputed are 3 and 9. And on hold are 15 and 11. 11 and 5. Sorry, 5. This one, 5. So break it into smaller queries. First, see query till here. What is happening? You are selecting the status and the order number. Forget about the group by concatenate. You are selecting the status and the order number from orders where status in cancelled, disputed and on hold. So the in progress and shipped are already removed. You are not selecting them. They are not in the where statement, right? So you have, out of all the values, you have already selected some values in which the status is cancelled, disputed and on hold. And in these status, you say group by status. In these status, please group concatenate the order number. This is what it means. So at the end, group by is something which like this has a very frequent business use. People use group by in like many cases, and like this is being used at a lot of places. You need to identify where it will be used. Whenever there is a column and in that column you have duplicate values, and for that duplicate values you need to do some sum of another column. You need to see what all things are on hold or what all things are in shift. You will use the group by statement. So there is another thing which we will study today, which is the having clause. So you see over here the where clause and the having clause. The where clause and the having clause are the same, just the usage are the difference. The where clause is used with the select query and having clause is always used with the group by. So this is again like the select statement has like all of these keywords and which commands and which can be used, and they have a particular sequence. So at first we have the select, then we have the number of columns, then we have the as command. So I will just tell you what exactly is this. So let me show it to you. If we see it over here, the column heading is coming as group concatenate, right? So this looks very awkward. So you can say, rather than saying group concatenate, what we will say? We will say that please present it as all orders. This makes sense, right? Now we will run it. So rather than group concatenate, it just says all orders. So this is the alias. So this is the like another name which has been given to this particular column, and we are giving it a name all order. In the same way, the tables can also be given aliases. So we will learn about these table names in joins, which is used in joins. But for now, let us come back to having clause. So if you see over here that the first is like the select statement, then from statement, then we have the table name, then we use the where clause. After using the where clause, we will use group by. After using group by, we will use having, and then after it we can use either order by, and at the end we will use limit. So again in the next chapter we will be seeing the criteria for the usage of these things. But now let us focus on having. So again, try to bifurcate into various parts. So till here we can see and say that till here we are seeing all the records whose status is in cancel, dispute and hold, and we are seeing the status and order quantity. And order quantity, this particular thing has been taken as total. Then we say group by status. So group by status, and which means that every status order quantity will be summed up, right? And we say that this particular sum up value, which is total, should be greater than 10. And we can use some other value. Say it should be greater than 10 and total should be less than 30. And then we are saying we also need to sort it out. So we say order by status, ascending order. So again, whenever we use group by with a column, we make sure that we even like order it by that particular column only. We can even order it by total. That is not an issue. Like it particularly depends. But in most of the business use, again, this is how it is used. I'll just go ahead and run this query now. So you can see the total value has been sorted. Sorry, the status value has been sorted. So they both are sorted actually somehow. So, and it the value is presented as total, and all of and the on hold is not visible over here because the total value might not be greater than and less than 30. Let me remove this having statement and run it again. Then we might see 3 rows. Yes, because this is 8 less than 10. So this brings this chapter to the close, and in the next chapter we will be studying about the limit and some inbuilt functions. Obviously, like I will not be going with all of the inbuilt functions. There are a lot of them, so you can use them as and when required. Mostly all the mathematical functions are there, logical operators are there. So we will cover up just the major parts such as like group concatenate. It is some of the important things, some average, minimum, etc. So thank you guys. Have a great